Preparing the live stream. Preparing the live stream. Hello.
David, I have an alert on my screen that says it is live on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
Yep.
Huh. Okay, because well,
David,
beautiful.
I have an alert on my screen that says it is live on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Yep.
Huh. Okay, because I'm not sure how to shut the echo out, so I'll see if that keeps happening. If it does, well, beautiful. We have our first challenge.
Maybe a tab is open with the YouTube page on it, and it's playing on that page.
I'm not sure how to shut the. Ah, there we go. All right. Well, welcome everybody. I am David Wenkos. I am extremely privileged to have a great group of folks here, and I'm going to make some quick introductions and get out of the way so you can hear from people that have something far more intelligent to say than I do. Quickly, I'm going to let you know we're going to be talking about how and why we should be positive. This basically came about because last week I had gotten so sucked into the news that I felt like we were looking at the zombie apocalypse. I felt like I was walking around watching the end of the world, and it's not that. When we can take a step back and realize that, okay, this is a new world. It's certainly different than anything we've experienced, but there's just as many opportunities for wonderful things as there are challenges that can be bringing us down, I guess. We need some more reminders of the good stuff. The news is giving us plenty of reminders of the reasons to be down and the change in routines. So that is the effort today. To help with that, I've got Terry Withers with me, Rachel Druckenmiller, Kim Greco, Joe Van Duren, Angie Barnett, Dave Mattson, and probably our least well-known guest today, John Harbaugh. Briefly, Terry is the managing director of the Baltimore Improv Group. He previously taught and performed at the Upright Citizens Brigade. Since he's taken guidance or taken leadership at BIG, they've grown from 2 nights a week to 7 nights a week of performances. He's been doing improv since 2007, and he provides sales and communication workshops based on the rules of improv. It's how I met him, and it's why I knew he would have some really valuable inputs today. Rachel is the founder and CEO of Unmuted. She is the speaker and trainer focusing on self-care and social emotional well-being. 2019 40 Under 40 Workforce Game Changer. And Welcoa named her #1 health promotion professional in the United States. Kim Greco is the founder and owner of Paws and Possibilities. She's a certified dog trainer. She created the Manners Matter online dog training program, and author Secrets to a Better Behaved Dog. She also was the senior marine mammal trainer at the National Aquarium in Baltimore. I go ooh-ah about that one. So, Joe Van Duren, founder and CEO of Name Your Virtues. He is a parent coach, speaker, and author. He's the Virtues Project facilitator. He is an Anne Arundel County Community College adjunct professor, founder and CEO of Balanced Life Skills Martial Arts Dojo, which is where I met him. He is responsible for many of the good habits that my kids have, and I am very grateful to him. Angie Barnett, I had the privilege of getting to know through the Better Business Bureau. She has been 14 years the president and CEO there. I get to see her every Wednesday morning on BFF. She is also regularly on BAL, recognized business development and team building expert, and she has a whole lot of education going on in social work and sociology. Dave Mattson. Dave is the CEO and president of Sandler Training corporate headquarters, global. He has overseen the growth of Sandler since 2007 into what it is today, which is the world's largest sales and management training organization. We are in more than 30 countries at this point, and almost 300 offices around the globe. He is 5 times a New York Times bestselling author, a highly sought after keynote speaker, and certainly a recognized industry thought leader, which is evidenced by his LinkedIn following of 20,000 or 25,000 folks, which I think is awesome. And John Harbaugh. John is the head coach of the Baltimore Ravens. He was the 2019-20 NFL Coach of the Year. Congratulations, that is pretty darn cool. He was the head coach of the 2012 Super Bowl champion Baltimore Ravens. He is the only coach in NFL history to win a playoff game in 6 of his first 7 years as a head coach. And currently the 4th longest tenured head coach in the NFL, which at 12 seasons, I think is pretty cool considering it's also his first head coaching job in the NFL. He did not have to meander around like somebody in New England before he got it right. So with that, I am going to open things up and get out of everybody's way. Terry, let me throw a question your way. I've said some version of this a bunch of times. Part of what makes everything going on out in the world so crazy is nothing like it has ever happened before. We are making it up as we go along, which in other words means we're all improvising. So as somebody who knows about improv, what are some of the positive ways that you see people can deal with unexpected, particularly when it's perceived as unpleasant or unwanted?
Well, thanks for that question. That's a great question, David. I appreciate you asking the question. And I just want to say thanks to everyone on the panel for coming out this morning and being willing to be on a panel with me. That is very kind of you. I appreciate it. I feel elevated by it. I appreciate that. When you do improv comedy, the question you just asked, David, is kind of the inherent question or challenge of any improv comedy scene, right? Because you get up on stage and you start to create what you hope is going to be a funny scene, but you have no playbook, you have no idea why it's going to be funny. And so there's a feeling to it of when you get started doing improv, there's a feeling of helplessness. Part of that is a self-induced or self-infused expectation that it's going to be not just funny, but fantastic. And you want it to be fantastic and you want to do the best thing that you could possibly do. And as you start your scene, you'll start evaluating how you're doing as it starts unfolding, right? As you're doing that, you're not focused on your improv scene. You're focused on where your improv scene was, not where it is, right? You're looking backwards and asking yourself, was that good? Should I not have made the decision that you can't possibly take back at this point, right? You've already made the decision. So how is it helpful to ask yourself if that decision was a good one or not? Instead, when you're doing improv comedy, what you need to do is forgive yourself for any shortcomings that you may have had in the scene as it started to unfold, and focus on what you can do to make that scene and the other people who are involved in that scene look and feel great. And that's really important because instead of asking yourself the question, how am I going to look great in this improv comedy scene, you ask yourself, how am I going to make the other person look great, the other people that this affects? That includes the audience, who do not want to feel uncomfortable. They do not want to feel as though the thing they're watching is a difficult and unsuccessful venture, right? You want to take care of them too. One of the main strategies that improvisers use when they're doing improv in order to succeed is they look for what you might, as a beginning improviser, consider a mistake, and they try to turn that into the biggest, most successful moment of the scene in its entirety, or the window into that successful part of the scene. It's something that we call the game of the scene. And it happens, those types of mistakes happen very, very frequently when you're improvising. You can imagine if someone said, I want to see a scene about a dentist's office. Or, you know what, just to sort of demonstrate this in a more honest way, I wonder if I can ask the panel if someone could give me a suggestion of what they would like to see a scene about, and I'll sort of play it out under those confines. Anyone have an idea of what a good scene could be about?
Hey,
Sure.
Terry, I am going to jump in for a moment. I apologize, but Rachel and I were talking yesterday about that things go sideways and you deal with it. So I'm going to have to roll with it. For whatever reason, on my screen, it says that it's broadcasting live. On the laptop I've got to the side of me, it's not. And all the comments are saying that it's not broadcasting live. And I have not been able to figure out why it's not broadcasting live.
Well, Dave, if you look at your...
in for a moment, I apologize, but Rachel and I were talking yesterday about...
If you look at your screen, you'll see that there's that live on YouTube little notification up top.
Yep.
And you pull on the arrow underneath it, it says view stream on YouTube, which I just did.
Yeah.
Now, when you do that, I see that it is streaming to your YouTube account.
So let's see.
Oh, and you can also copy the streaming link. And I'm going to share that with you in the chat.
Yeah, I see.
You may want to let people know that you're working on it too, because they're saying people are coming and going as they don't know if we're...
Since this has hit, I've been streaming a lot of improv comedy shows over Zoom. And
okay.
That's the number one thing that happens. You tell people when it is, where it is, and then they're on there and they're saying, hey, I can't see it. Can't see it.
Yeah, it's the business version of improv.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Let's see.
You can you want Rian to reach out to you?
What do you guys think I should do? Just give them the new link and have them all go to that one? Or should
I don't know enough about it. I mean, it seems plausible. I just don't know.
I guess the other option would be to stop this recording and then switch. You probably logged into the wrong YouTube. So if you switched it, I don't know if